What's going on with the market? We fell and then we bounced really, really hard. What's happening? Look, guys, we're going to talk about exactly what's going on with the market. I'm going to talk about the SPY, the IWM, the NASDAQ, the large tech stocks, the earnings week, what happened today, why I played the things that we did. Oh, we're going to talk about what the plays were, how much money everyone made. We're going to talk about all that good stuff. All right, so without further ado, let's get started with the video. Number one, free Discord server. I'm sharing all of my trades live completely for free. People are making hundreds and thousands of dollars in this group completely for free. I'm not charging a single dollar. There's no business that I'm making out of this for you guys. And yeah, if you guys want access, the link is in the bio. There's no one else that does it like us. And if you have any doubts, you can go ahead and join. Message me. I'll give you guys access. Boom, bam. Let's start off the video. Number one, this is my favorite play that I've been sharing with you guys for quite some time. The lower Bollinger Band. I've been talking about this for a while now, if you've been following me on YouTube. But if you're new, let me explain to you guys what happened today. All right, so I want you guys to direct your attention to this blue number right here, the 415.70, all right? So, all right, so I want you guys to look at this number right here. It says 421.86, right? That number is the lower level of the Bollinger Band for today, okay? So now today, when you hover the mouse right here, you can see that that number is 426.93. Where did we open? We opened at 423. Look at this number here. 423.67 on the SPY. Now, historically, when we are opening outside of the lower standard deviation, when we trade and open outside of the lower level of the Bollinger Band, historically, we either bounce back into the Bollinger Band that day, or within 3 days, we end up having a beautiful green bounce. Today, it ended up working out really, really beautifully. Every single person that bought into the plays made a crap ton of money, man. This is no joke. I share this every single time. I've shared it over here on Twitter. I've shared it over here on January 24th. I made a video on YouTube at night at like 1 a.m. because I saw the future super red over here. Over here, just to remind people, like, look, this is something that you have to take into consideration. The exact same thing played out today. And it worked out beautifully. Today was the biggest trading day of the year so far for me, and I'm sure it was for many other people as well. It's no joke. So this play really, really worked out. And moving forward, you can always have this trade in your back pocket. When the SPY, the QQQ, or the IWM are trading outside of the lower Bollinger Band, and they open outside of the lower Bollinger Band, you can buy calls expiring that week, and they will always be profitable within at least 3 days, if not that same day. All right, so worked out beautifully, and clearly now the SPY had a really, really beautiful bullish close. So now what? First of all, this still does not automatically mean that we are in a bullish environment and we're going to start making new all-time highs. I was just extremely bullish today only because we had an extreme overextension to the downside. And when we have these extreme overextensions to the downside, you have to play very aggressively because these plays, they don't happen very often. And when they do, history is on our side, statistics are on our side, and they work out beautifully. All right. Now, we've closed inside this zone on the SPY. What needs to happen for us to even start to even think about being bullish? We need to close, number one, above this zone. So above 430, and then we also need to close above 433, which is the 618% fib. Until we close above those two levels, still not in the best bullish environment. But because there are so many earnings coming out this week, there should be a run up into earnings. Okay, so this is clearly a very, very bullish setup. When you look at Bitcoin and how Bitcoin closed, this is also a very, 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 very bullish close on Bitcoin. We've engulfed the prior 2 days, and it looks like that we're going to obviously close above this. So again, we have Bitcoin bullishly closing. We have the SPY bullishly closing and reversing from the bottoms. And overall, this is a really, really beautiful reversal. What I'm thinking is going to end up happening is one of two things. Number one, we can end up opening red, yet everyone bearish again. So the first scenario, we open... Okay, let me go ahead and do that. First scenario, we open up red. So we can open up anywhere red here. It'll get everyone bearish again. And then we would end up having a green day later on. That'll either be later in the day or on Wednesday. Okay, but we're either going to open up red, or the second thing is we're going to open up green and continue on to this major level of resistance at 433. Either way, in my opinion, we should be bullish for Tuesday and Wednesday. Again, it's completely dependent on the levels. All right, what could end up happening? So number one, because Bitcoin is very bullish into the New York close, that is one of the things that I'm looking for, and that is that's something that was met. That's a term that was met. So it looks like we're going to have a bullish day tomorrow as well. And this is just a beautiful setup for a run up into earnings. Tuesday after hours, that's when a lot of tech stocks are going to start having earnings. I believe Microsoft and Google are going to have earnings tomorrow after hours. So like I said, there should, usually with large tech stocks, there are earnings run ups. Prior to the earnings calls, there should be a time when they run up and the price jumps before earnings. And we can attribute that move here to this as well as short covering. So we fell all the way down. I kept on telling people to buy dips, that I was buying into weekly, super completely just out of the norm, because when we are trading this out of the norm, we have to play aggressively. And all of the plays worked out beautifully. There is my analysis for the SPY. Let's go ahead and just take a look at, very, very quickly, let's take a look at the IWM. Regardless, the entire market just had an amazing green day. Let's see what levels we can look at for the IWM moving forward here. Main level of resistance for the IWM, 196.24. Very simple. All right, there's not really much else to talk about here. That should be it for the IWM. Now let's talk about the large tech stocks. We can see Apple bounced off of this very important trend line. Green. Microsoft. Green. Google. Green. Amazon. Green. Tesla. Could have done better, but still green overall, right? Not really overall, because it had it didn't do too well after Twitter released the news. But overall, all of these large tech stocks did pretty well. Facebook had a pretty green day also. So again, the entire market had a really, really good, beautiful day. I mean, look, again, there's not really much else to talk about for the large tech stocks. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ. We closed above 329. We closed at 329.50. 58 works out pretty nicely. Now the main level of resistance to the upside on the NASDAQ is going to be 334. After 334, the NASDAQ needs to come back and retest 338. But again, that is not going to happen until the SPY also crosses above 433. Because the NASDAQ has been the biggest loser. So it's not a guarantee that it's going to start shooting up and everything. Again, just because we had one green day and it looks like tomorrow might also be a green day. We'll see. But again, all of these things change day to day. But the fact that Bitcoin had a pretty good day, the fact that the stock market had a big overextension to the downside today, can be a good reason that there will be further upside tomorrow, at least. And that's what I'm banking on. 334, major level of resistance. 333 to 334, major levels of resistance for the NASDAQ. 430 and 433, major levels of resistance on the SPY. If you guys enjoy the content, make sure to subscribe, like the video, put on bell notifications. I do all of this stuff completely for free, guys. I'm not asking you guys for anything. And yeah, man, there's that. Let's take a quick look at the crypto market. Bitcoin made a disgusting reversal today. And I can almost guarantee that was attributed to the overextension in the stock market. Because the SPY was so overextended to the downside, the amount of buying power and basically, and the short covering in the stock market caused Bitcoin to bounce as well. So that money also funneled into the rest of the in the crypto market as well. And now the fact that Bitcoin closed above these candles here is a very, 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 very bullish concept. So usually when we saw Bitcoin showing bullish days, the stock market did not show bullish days. So this is one of the recently, this is one of the rare occurrences when Bitcoin and the stock market are both showing bullish days at bottoms. Because before, what we saw was the stock market would have a disgusting red candle like this, right? But then Bitcoin would have a beautiful, nice green candle like this. But now what we're seeing is Bitcoin and the stock market are both reversing at their bottoms and having really nice, strong green candles. So that is something that's very bullish. And that's why I think tomorrow can also be a green day. Again, we can either open up lower and then turn green, or we can open up green and be higher. In my opinion, that's basically what should be happening, especially after today's move. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you are learning something from my content. I do this for, I do this to make everyone, better traders, and I hope it's working out. And yeah, man, have an amazing day. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you.